Today I'm going to be talking about galaxy jumping, how to get to another galaxy in no man's sky. For my first jump to the Hilbert Galaxy, I took the hard way. I took the scenic route and jumped my way to the Galactic Core, and 25,000 jumps later I was there. There's just no way I'm doing that 256 times. So I found this posted by Duncan and friends showing the galactic central portal codes for the first 10 galaxies, and I thought that would be helpful. So with my eyes set on Isentam, I'm going to share with you what I've learned. The downside to this is all technologies in your exosuit get damaged, all technologies in your multi-tool get damaged, all technologies in your ship get damaged. Ships have to be 100% fueled even to make the jump in the first place. Your ship gets wrecked somewhere when sort of nearby when you get there. And you're stranded on some planet somewhere that nobody's ever been to before. Some solutions, but you can use repair kits, for example, to help speed up the repair process to damaged things. You can switch to an inferior multi-tool when jumping. You can use a ship with minimal text for your jumping. Prepare warp hypercores, fuels, and all that sort of thing. Post-jump summon your primary ship, and then also get up into space and summon your freighter so that you will have access to all your base resources and so that you can deploy your exocraft in that system. Preparations are key. You need to know which ships and vehicles are needed, which technologies are needed, and which quest is needed to be able to open up the pathways to use the portals to be able to move about each galaxy. The required vessels you're going to need for this is you're going to need a jump ship that's going to have a basic kit, just the basic kit. You don't need any techs except for maybe some hyperdrive modules to get in the various different systems. Melody here is the ship that I use as my jump ship with 4 basic techs, as you can see here. You're also going to need a radar-equipped exocraft, your primary ship, and your freighter. To galaxy jump, you're going to need to have a few techs. You're going to need the exocraft materializer, which is a freighter tech, and you're going to need an exocraft equipped with radar and 2 upgrades that you can get. I'm going to show you how to get all of these technologies right now. The upgrade control panel on the bridge of your freighter is where you're going to find the orbital exocraft materializer upgrade technology that you will need to install on your freighter in order to be able to summon your exocraft anywhere within the system where your freighter is. For your exocraft upgrades, you're going to need to go to the anomaly and go over to the exocraft technician and buy and install the radar amplifier, and the radar power resonator. These technologies add to the number of building types that your exocraft radar can detect when you're using it. I find the real beauty in it is that you don't have to buy maps at starbases anymore and use them at signal boosters on planets to find alien structures. It's much more elegant than that. The last thing you're going to need is all 16 portal glyphs, which can be done either by completing the Artemis quest line or by getting them off of the graves that you find by meeting travelers at space stations. Either way, you're going to need all 16 keys to be able to open up the portal glyphs throughout the galaxy. So now, armed with all of this information, it's jump time. So my ship's fueled up, I'm ready to launch. And then I go ahead and I pull up my galactic map and I set my course to the Galactic Core. Here we go. I'm going to bring you through an entire jump cycle from jump in to jump out of one entire system. By the time I got to Calypso, I pretty much had my system down and working at that point. So the jump spits us out on some random planet. So the first thing I do is summon my starship and immediately try to get up into space, where I go ahead and summon my freighter. So I immediately have now my base of operations in this new galaxy. So now it's time to go portal hunting. So you go ahead and you land back down on the planet and you summon your exocraft. Now that you have that improved radar, you can scan for all different sorts of structures on the planet, and you're going to go ahead and look for the alien structure and go ahead and scan for it. So what you do is you hop in your exocraft, you do a scan for the alien location, you hop in your starship, you go try to locate that, and you fly out to it. Usually there's one not too far away from wherever it is that you are. And you go over to it with your ship and you land at it, and you have to go up to it, and it's good. Then you have to answer a question. It's going to ask you a question when you get up to it. Alright, so then it's like, oh, I feel faint as my mind's being invaded, pustules growing on my skin, bubbles and pops, countless stabbings, metal spiders, tiny sentinels. I'm going to fire my weapon. Oh my god, you got to be kidding me. I start to scream. I panic. Okay, here we go. My mind is shattered. I strike my monolith, reality restored, lingering whimper. What? What do you mean? What? But they don't like me? Yeah, okay, they do like me? They don't like me? Wait a minute, what? Okay, where's my glyph portal coordinates? Hello, hello, hello. God dang it. What do I do? All right. Think. What do I do? All right, now I got it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try something. So, all right, so I go back over to my ship, and I'm like, okay, maybe what I should do is summon my EXOCRET again and see if I can hit my scanner again and see if it will find another monolith nearby, since it seems that the planets are all pretty much covered with these things, right? So it stands to logic that maybe there is another one that I can discover, or is it going to just ping me off the same one I just found? So I already found something. Is it the same one? Let's hop out and look. It is not the same one. Okay, let's hop in the ship. Go check that out. That's good news. So apparently there's a whole bunch on every planet. So here we go. I feel like I really got lucky so far with these being as close together as they are. Certainly made this pretty quick. Okay, so let's see if it goes any better this time. Alright, yeah, hello. Tiny floating tetrahedrons emerge from the planet's surface and surround me, and I try to wave to them with my multi-tool, but each time they swarm, try to get closer, attracted to it somehow. Okay. I raise my multi-tool, and they shimmer blue as if they dart this way and that, closer and closer. They're within touching distance of my multi-tool. They make one final surge. Well, I could just let them deal with it. Let's just let them in. Multi-tool. It glows bright blue. The color spreads, seeping up my arm. With a sudden surge, I awake. Reality is restored. I find myself in possession of a new piece of multi-tool technology. You have received something cool. Alright, and look at that. I can possibly now get my glyph portal coordinates. They are pleased with me. For one Korvax casing, I can get what I want, and I do. Look at that. Alright. So now having the glyph portal coordinates, tracking that thing down, it didn't take me too long, and that's really the big hunt each time I get into a new galaxy. Because every planet does have a glyph portal, is to find that glyph portal, and I use my EXOCRET's scanning systems to find the glyph portal and then locate it and then set up a base so that I can return there using my base portal network. These bases are all the same, just a couple stories with a landing pad and some power supplies just to make sure that I have a portal to get to and from the base. Once the base is uploaded and saved, it's time to keep on keeping on, heading towards the core. Heading outside, it's time to fire up the portal to get ready to head to the core of this galaxy. Thank the maker for high speed, because this really takes a long time to go through all 16 of these things and feed it all the things it needs to do to activate and charge all the glyphs. But now that they're all charged up, the glyph portal is now ready to go. Using this information I found from Duncan and friends, I plugged in the coordinates for the Calypso galaxy. That should bring me to the core planet, or core system in the Calypso galaxy. Here we go. So assuming you have a legitimate address put in there, the portal will open up and you're good to run on in. Okay, so here we are in Cancun. Yeah, anyway. Hi, hello Mom, postcard, yay, hi. It seems that there's been a whole bunch of people that have already found this place and made bases, so I scooted to another planet, just set up a quick little base. This is in that system right before the Galactic Core. And so this ship here is the one that I'm using to jump through Galactic Cores, because I just have a couple of technologies, like I said, installed on it. So here we are, and it's full with fuel, so it should be good to go. It does that extra long jump out to the galactic center where we go. I hit the warp, and off we go, heading to the next galaxy along the route. So using this process and this information and these technologies, I've already flown now all the way out to the 9th galaxy along this system, along this route. And I started to wonder what's going to happen beyond the 10th galaxy. Like, there's no roadmap to that. Then I came across some information that suggested that if you go to a glyph portal and you plug in a bogus code, that it'll bring you to the Galactic Core. So I needed to test that. So I figured that my jump to the 10th galaxy, instead of using Duncan's coordinates, I was going to go ahead and plug in a bogus set of coordinates and see if it would get me to the Galactic Core. Let's do sunrise on the water and Atlas transport error. Great. Here we go. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, I got a pretty dark imagination, though. I don't know. Seems like some people have been here before. Let's take a look around and head to my ship. Shout out to all you fellow travelers who have been here before me. Hello, hello. Shout out to Nicaragua. Shout out to France. Shout out to a whole bunch of people here. Hey, folks. Ice and Town, here we come. So, turns out we're 5,600 light years away from the core, so we got us close. Not exactly, but close. So a couple of long jumps and a pirate fight later, and I found myself pretty much close enough to the Galactic Core to make the jump. So again, I come back to my jump ship, which I have to actually repair now, because each time I go into a different galaxy, this ship gets trashed. So, but I only have to repair 4 technologies on it, really, just the core 4 technologies, in order to be able to have it effective in terms of getting through the core jumps to the next galaxies. As you can see here, it does take a little bit of time, not a lot, but it does take time. And you can also use repair kits to repair those items if you don't have the materials you need to fix them. I don't know everything there is to know about jumping from galaxies, but these are my experiences with it, and I found them to work. The system worked well enough that I was able to jump pretty much 1 galaxy per session, in addition to being able to do the regular maintenance things like sending out my frigate fleet missions each time I got to a new galaxy. And that worked for me. I hope you found this video interesting, and hopefully it will help you in your own endeavors to jump from galaxy to galaxy. Please feel free to leave any comments or questions or even corrections in the comments below. I love hearing back from y'all and learning new things about the game. Please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is Commodore Paul Nodwich signing out.